Hello everyone and welcome to the interim episode, which is going to be a squad review. I want you guys to get to know the Barnet players a little bit more in depth. Obviously I work with these guys day in day out, so I speak to them all the time, but I want you to get to know each player, what their attributes are like and what the potential plan is for them after this particular season and how they're going to work out for us during the current campaign. So, let's start off with the goalkeeper positions. Now, at the moment, the current situation is that Jamie Stevens is the number one goalkeeper. He doesn't have the best attributes in the world. However, he has been actually really decent in the last few matches. Has pulled off some fantastic saves for us. He had his moment on the first episode where he made a bit of a mistake, but since then he's recovered to be just an unbelievable goalkeeper. He's doing really well at the moment. You'll be able to see that his potential has the ability to go up really high. So, hopefully, fingers crossed, if we continue to play him, that can happen. We brought Joel Coleman in as a backup goalkeeper and to really contest with Jamie Stevens for the number one spot. But I wasn't overly impressed with him during, obviously, the 8-0 thrashing. But there is the potential that because he has actually got some pretty decent stats, so if things do unfold, then he can replace Jamie Stevens quite well. So, if we start off with the right backs as well, let's have a look. So, obviously, Gavin Hoyt is a name familiar to quite a lot of people on Football Manager. He is a very pacey right back who has the ability to get up and down the pitch quite well. Has a decent amount of crossing, so although it says he is a limited fullback, I've been using him as a fullback, and he has been actually doing really well in terms of going forward. Defensively, yeah, leaves a little bit to the imagination. However, he is one of our most valued in terms of monetary wise in the actual squad. So he's the right back. The backup right back at the moment is Bonds and Gala. Now, he's a solid enough option who I can rely on as and when needed. He's got very good strength. He's got good jumping ability. He's more suited to being a centre half, to be honest, but he's the current backup option for right back. Quite like the look of the lad. He's doing all right. In terms of the left backs, then we have got our two left backs are Elliot Johnson, who is the main person who's been starting all of our games to begin with, and yeah, really like the look of him. He's got a nice, well-rounded attributes to everything that he does, and has the good enough potential to progress even further. Then Sam Muggleton is the other left back. He has a decent amount of pace on him and a decent amount of fitness and stamina, but his big attribute is his long throw-ins. Now, I actually feel like Elliot Johnson's a more rounded left back, so I'm going to be continuing to play him, but it's nice to know that we can have Muggleton on the bench as and when required. So, centre-backs now, we have got, the main ones are James Pearson. We all know about him.
Oh, me so horny, me love you long time.
He's actually got some really decent stats, and at the age of 22, he's only valued at 2 stars at the moment, potential of 4.5, so he can only get better. Michael Nelson is a bit of a veteran, has no pace whatsoever, but he is a decent option. Now, during his first game, he suffered a 4.7 rating and hasn't played since. I'm not prepared to put him into the first team. At the age of 35 years old, he's not really someone I want to be relying on. We've got Dembele, who is, other than his concentration being at 8, is actually probably one of our best players. Got heading of 16, tackling of 13, he's got positional of 11, he's got some nice attributes. He's quite, not the slowest player, but he's not the quickest either, but he's very good at what he does, and he's been starting most of our games. The backup centre half is Ali Cisse. Now, at the age of 22, he's got the capacity to get better. He's got actually some pretty decent stats, but at the moment I'm playing Dembele and Pearson ahead of them. And yeah, so that's the back, or that's the defenders sorted out rather. Now, in terms of the right midfielders, basically I'm loaning out Shomerton. Yeah, we'll go with that. I'm loaning him out. This guy's 16 years old. He's just come through the academy. Apparently, he's got the ability to go on and progress quite well. Now, physically, he's a very good player, but mentally and technically, he's not the best. So, he's going to be training in and around the first team. I quite like the look of him. I'll make him available for the under-21s and under-18s as much as we can. Cameron Park, he's one of the people we bought in during the summer. Really, really pacey, really, really good dribbling. Unfortunately, his fitness does let him down, and he's struggled to get into the first team consistently. But 7.4 average rating so far. He is a decent player. Andy Yeardom, now he is really, really good. He doesn't look it, but he performs really, really well. I really like the look of this lad. He has come in and performed well when Cameron Park hasn't been up to sort of like the level of fitness. Now, the two left midfielders are Luke Gambin, genius on the ball, got a really, really good cross on him for this level and has supplied quite a few opportunities for us. And Mario Vallette, he hasn't started that many games and he's got a good enough potential, so I'm going to have to start using him a bit more often, put him on the bench and have him as a decent option to come in on at the age of 22. He's got the opportunity to get better as well. So in terms of the centre midfielders then, the two defensive players we've got, Tom Champion, who got sent off on the first game of the season, Sam Togwell, Mr. Reliable, used to play for Barnsley, really, really good ball winning midfielder. I really like the look of him. He has come in and done a very decent job. 6.9 average rating, so he's done what has been required of him. Curtis Weston, yeah, I'm not a massive fan of his, but I can see where, see that he could be quite useful from time to time. Corey Francis has come in obviously during the summer. 19 years old, can only get better. His stats will increase, and he's a nice, well-rounded midfielder. Now, Mark Randall has been injured the entire time that I've been here, but when he does come back, he will slot straight back into this team. I have no doubt about that. It will be him and Corey Francis competing for the two positions in midfield. Now, in terms of the strikers that we've got at the club, we have 5 listed here. So, Sean Batt, really pacey striker and has made a massive impact when he's come on during the course of a game. Some of the other attributes that he's got on here are not fantastic. However, his physicals are really, really impressive. Some of you may well remember Sean Batt. I think he used to play for Leyton Orient. Yeah, Leyton Orient, Millwall, Dagenham, Redbridge, Stevenage. So he's been in and around lower league football for quite a long time. The other options we've got, Michael Gash. We all love Gash. We all love Gash. We all love Gash. That's the song the Barnet fans sing, not me. Decent enough target man. However, he doesn't really have the flexibility and the capacity to move on and be a better player. At the age of 28, he's in his prime now. I can't wait to start using him a bit more, but the form of our two strikers so far have been absolutely fantastic. So I haven't really had to use Michael Gash an awful lot. Tom Youngs, as we all know, he's the main man that we brought in during the summer. Potential could be anything, according to my scout reports. He's a really, really good player. Nice, well-rounded attributes. He's a decent poacher. Has got 2 goals in 5 games so far, so he hasn't done too badly. But this is the main man of the entire squad, John Akinde. This bloke is absolutely class. In terms of his strength, 17, he's the ultimate target man with bravery of 14, work rate 15, teamwork 13. He's got heading and finishing of 13. His composure, yeah, could be a little bit better, but he is the main man and we've got him for the next 2 years. I'm hoping that either in this season or next year, he's going to be the one to get us the goals. We haven't made any more signings since we last saw each other, and there hasn't been any more outs. Now, there are a few people within the first team squad that I am hoping will go out on loan. Wesley Fonguk is one that I'm hoping will go out on loan. He may or may not make it, but I'm hoping during the next 6 months, if he does go out on loan, he can get some first team experience. Exactly the same with this guy here. I'm hoping that his progress can get better with some first team opportunities. And there are other players in and around the team. I mean, to be honest, the only one that's of real note, Graham Stack. Do any of you guys remember Graham Stack? He used to play for Arsenal. Very, very long time ago. He's been in and around the lower leagues quite a lot. Has played a fair decent amount of games for Barnet. However, at the moment, he's currently injured for the next 8 months. He is our goalkeeping coach, so he will be staying beyond the season. But, as said, for him at the moment, he is out injured, which is why Jamie Stevens has taken over as our number 1 goalkeeper. So, that is a squad review. I hope you will enjoy that. As I said, some of you probably won't want to watch this episode, but for me, I think it's important that you get to know everyone that's in the team, and then you'll get more invested in the actual series. So, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. It's something a little bit different to normal. The next match and the next game that I'm going to be bringing you will be the Stevenage game, local derby time. Can we get the first bit of bragging rights on the series? So until next time, as always, adios.